Music is an art, a culture. Different culture carries different characteristics, by means that one person of a culture can tell why another culture is different from his. But by the shrinking of our world, the cultural exchanges blurs a lot of those differences. In addition, music experts say that music is a kind of language, and language is also a culture. So the statements above are consistent one to the others. With such extent of cultural exchanges, a lot of Chinese music is still clearly differentiable from Western music. Even though many are blurred already, with Western music dominates the influence. Therefore, to look at the differences of the two, I would proceed from historical perspective, which the older the era, the less the influence of one to the other. There is another consideration of looking from historical perspective. By the definition, culture evolves through time. So do both Western music and Chinese music. Therefore, when we talk about characteristics of a culture, or music, we must identify the era of the topic. By conclusion, it is natural and logical to look at their differences from tracing their evolution through time. As music is inseparable to human life, everybody believes that music have been existing since the existence of human race. But in here, I will discuss music only in human history, that from the historical transcripts, we could understand it better. Such as I have mentioned in my video number C020, Chinese music is more dominated with pentatonic scales compared to Western music. So people thought that ancient Chinese flute would have only 3 to 5 holes. However, a flute found in Jiahu archaeological site, believed to be from 7,800 to 9,000 years ago, has 7 holes. And archaeologists conclude that music in that culture already knew heptatonic scales. My video number D001 mentioned a bit about Jiahu archaeological site. Confucius, 551 BC to 479 BC, selected and compiled written and verbal songs and poems into his 诗经, or book of poetry. The book includes the musical records of 礼乐制度, or ritual and music system, established in details by 周公旦 in the early Zhou dynasty, 1046 BC to 256 BC, to maintain the social order. Therefore, the real-time records of Chinese music are already more than 3,000 years, and some verbal songs and poems recorded in the Book of Poetry are even believed farther back up to the early of the 3rd millennium BC. Chinese music historians divided Chinese music timeline into 4 periods. The first period was from China First Dynasty of Xia, about 2070 BC to 1600 BC, to Han Dynasty, 202 BC to 220 AD. Before the first period, it is believed that the Chinese ancient musical culture was characterized by a combination of song, dance and music, and they were connected with their totem. The recorded verses reflects the society understanding of agriculture, animal husbandry, and the harmony of nature. It is said that Emperor Fuxi created musical instruments and improved by the Emperor Shenlong. Their era was unclear, but some predicted in around the early of the 3rd millennium BC. There is also a legend says that Emperor Huangdi predicted in the 3rd millennium BC, created Shengyu, or a Chinese gourd wind instrument. Huangdi ordered Linglun to create songs and dances, music mode, right down to the musical scores. Linglun and Rongjiang created bells, and Kui, in era of Shun, sometime between 2294 BC and 2184 BC, created drums. From the record, the music mode was divided into 12 scales according to the sound of the phoenix. Some recorded representative song, dances and music are the earliest ceremonial music and dance, Yunmen Dajuan, or Cloud Gate collections in Emperor Huangdi era, Dazhang, or Xianchi, or Salt Pool in the time of Emperor Yao, 2356 BC to 2237 BC, and Da Shao, or Great Harmony during the period of Emperor Shun. For further reference, my video number D006 highlights the rise of the first dynasty in China, and mentions those emperors. That's all for this introductory video. The next will talk on the first period of Chinese music. Thank you for watching.